What's up, everyone, and welcome to another Bitcoin market update. Let's start off here on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we are seeing a couple notable things. One, we're seeing a decrease in bull volume on this rise in price. We also have a decrease in strength on the RSI with lower highs and higher highs. So that is a bearish divergence, and 3 consecutive bearish divergences is not good news for the bulls. We just broke the weekly inside bar that we had last week to the bear side as well, and that is further confirmation for the bears that this should expand down because we had some tightening up last week with an inside bar. So all signs in the weekly time frame are pointing to the bears. There is nothing bullish up here in my opinion, and that is evident in the daily time frame as well. Let's look at what we're seeing on the daily time frame. So yesterday we had an extremely bearish close on the daily time frame. We have this candle right here with an increase in bear volume. You can see that we had that increase and then it's above average as well. So this is a significant push down in price. If today's candle closes below this low from March 19th, this will signify that a daily bearish downtrend is valid, and that will make this white candle a significant resistance level for the bulls to try and break through. So the way we know that is we have our high, low, lower high in comparison to this one, showing that, and a long upper wick of people selling, showing that this run is running out of bull momentum. We had this nice run up here with a bull pattern, a low, high, higher, low, higher, high. But then right here, when we printed a higher low, we did not come up and break this high and form a higher high. We formed a lower high. So that's our first indication as a bull that this run might not be continuing, because if this was a strong higher low, we would have then went and broke this high on the subsequent run up, but we did not. We formed a lower high, which means that bull momentum is waning. Then we came down, we formed a higher low, so that's still good, that's still bullish, because the bears weren't able to push us immediately to a new lower low. But then we formed another lower high. And at this point, then, it's not looking good for the bulls, in my opinion. The bears then broke the daily low right here with the candle from the 21st, but they did not close below it. But then yesterday we had a very significant bearish candle right here with a close all the way down at about 54,000. So that is significant for the bears. And if the bears can get a daily candle close below this low, like I said, that makes this white candle a significant resistance level to watch for the bulls to try and push above if they want to try and make a move. Our support levels that we're currently watching are this gray candle right here from the 18th of February. And that is from about 52.5 down to about 51.5. And that has held as resistance twice before eventually we broke above it. So this may hold on the first test as well. Also because we have this other bullish support level inside of here. And that, begins, and this is from March 4th, that begins up at about 51.8. So that level right there is probably a pretty good level for the bulls if they want to try and make a push back up to this level. If we get a daily candle close down below, I would expect that the price will come into this zone. And if this zone holds, I would expect to push somewhere around this daily low, around 56,279. So let's look at the 12-hour time frame and look at the trade that I'm currently looking to take. So if on the daily time frame we're looking for this candle to close below this low, then on the 12-hour time frame we can see what is the resistance levels that are above that may push the price down to close down there. And we have 3 of them, believe it or not. So right now, if we zoom in on this, there's a couple different things we can see. This gray zone is our main resistance zone that was initially support right here. We tested it once, tested it twice, tested it 3 times, and then we broke through it clearly with this black candle right here with both of these candles closing below it. So now a retest of this gray zone will be bearish, and this will be a resistance zone that bulls will try and push through, but I don't believe they'll be able to do it on the first test of it, which means I am going to be shorting this gray zone. We also have this black candle from over here that we shorted initially right here and got a nice reaction off of, and then we also got a couple bounces off of this level before eventually trading below it right here. So this level is inside of this gray zone as well, so that's just further adding confluence to the trade. And then finally we have our yellow resistance zone right here, which was our last up candle right here where people were buying before this push down in price. So because people were buying right here, that means if we push back into this level, gives people a chance to sell their positions that they bought in this range. And so this will be resistance as well if we come back into this. So the way that I'm playing this is I have one order that's on the top of the wick of this candle, one order that's on the bottom of this candle over here, and then one order on the bottom of this candle right here. So that gives me a layered entry. And what that does is that allows me to potentially get a better fill. So that means that I might be able to get my short entries filled at a higher price than if I were to just put them all, down here somewhere around 53.350. So we'll see how the price reacts to this level, but I imagine that this level will hold, and we will end up closing down below that daily high. The daily low, which is at 56,279 on this exchange. So that is right here. That's this low. So I anticipate that we will close the daily candle below this low, but who knows? Maybe the bulls push above and we do end up closing above that. That would be, bullish, and that would be good for the bulls case. But we'll have to see that happen over the next 12 hours. So we have 11 hours and 15 minutes left until this candle closes. If this candle closes above this low at 56,279, then that's bullish. If it closes below that low, that's bearish, and most likely that will then lead to the next subsequent couple 12-hour candles pushing us down into this zone. And the first immediate target that I'll be looking for is this 12-hour Kijun level that I've been watching since back here. This has been flat since March 13th. And this is a very significant level to watch because whenever the Kijun is flat like this, it acts as a magnet to price. So it's pulling the price to this level. So this is the level that I'm going to be watching for price to go to if we end up closing below this low right here on this 12-hour candle. I would imagine that we're going to go down to this, which will be over here somewhere, but it's still going to be at the same level, which is at 52,401. So that's going to be the level that initially people will probably be looking to buy because of the fact that it's inside of this gray zone and it's a flat Kijun. So that's usually where, when you're in a bullish trend on the Ichimoku cloud, that's where you're going to be buying. So that's where I'll be looking to buy. And let's just take a quick look at the short position tool here and look at this trade. If we put our stop loss above this gray zone right here, that gives us a stop loss of about 2.5% if we get all of these bids filled. And then we'll take that down to that level, that Kijun. That gives us about a risk to reward of about 2.45. So that is within my range, and it's about a profit potential of about 6%. So it's a nice trade to make over the course of a few days. It's going to take probably a day or so for this trade to play out if it does. But that's what we're looking for right now on Bitcoin. I hope that was helpful for you. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for future educational content around crypto and blockchain technology. And if you have not already, visit lutheria.com where you can sign up for some of our upcoming virtual events. We have one coming up for this Saturday, which is going to be a nice one where we talk about fundamental analysis, actually, which is different than what we're talking about here, which is technical analysis. And it allows you to, as an investor, understand the different the fundamental elements of a cryptocurrency project, so you can make an informed decision as an investor as to whether you want to enter into something based on things like on-chain metrics, financial metrics, and otherwise. So it's a free event. You can sign up for it. The link will be in the description below, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. Until next time, onward and upward.